Welcome to the Tech Ranch, live and local here on Super Talk 1270. The latest gadgets, online security, websites and apps, social media, and so much more. How can technology help you? Let's find out. It's time for the Tech Ranch on Super Talk 1270.
From our studios in beautiful Mandan, North Dakota, along the mighty Missouri River, here is your guru of geek, Marlo Anderson.
The holiday gift season is upon us. Computers, tablets, cell phones,
It's the holiday
TVs.
season. Yay.
They're the staples of holiday sales, but what other great tech is out there? We're going to talk about my list. The things that I would like people to buy me this holiday season. So is that a strong hint there, Jim?
Very strong.
At the control panel, producer extraordinaire Jim Walsh.
Oh, long day.
Yes, you've been up. You got up early today.
I got up at 4 a.m.
So you're over at the sister station.
Yeah, I was down the hall.
Yep.
At our sister station, the one that plays
Cool.
the classic hits.
I love
Cool 98.7.
Yes.
Playing Elton and Billy Joel and the Beatles and the Stones.
Cool.
And Clapton and
Yep.
all that kind of good stuff like that there.
I wake up to Cool every day.
Excellent.
So love it, love it, love it. So yeah, we're going to be talking a little bit about what to buy this holiday season. Of course, when you buy things that are in the tech realm, I don't think you can ever really go wrong, can you?
I would hope not.
So I'm assuming you enjoy getting tech gifts yourself?
Oh, very much so.
Yeah, cool.
I like my toys.
Yeah. And by the way, everybody, if you want to join us on Facebook, we are actually streaming live on Facebook as well. You might hear some of that echo right now as Jim's kind of logging in there too.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, you can hop on there. You can see our ugly mugs. I think I'm in reverse right now.
Yeah.
But because my phone doesn't actually
My mug on the
flip
jug.
on over there. But yeah. So, what do you like to get for tech stuff, Jim?
Tech stuff. I'm trying to think of what I've gotten. Well, last year I got my pad.
Okay.
Okay, and I'm a couple of years behind the curve on that.
Yep. But you're enjoying that?
Oh, very much so.
Cool.
It's one of the greatest toys I've ever had. Seriously.
I really think that there's a lot of great gifts you can get, but there's just some things on my list here today that I think if you were to get these, most people would enjoy them.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where this is at. So.
I understand our new president's getting a Siri so he can ask. Well, let me roll the clip. I got to play this clip.
This is from Saturday Night Live over the weekend,
Saturday Night
right?
Live with Mr. Baldwin.
Yeah.
Big plan. Big plan.
Googling.
Google. What is ISIS?
It gets better.
Oh my, 59 million results. Siri, how do I kill ISIS? This is a BlackBerry.
There you go.
All right. That's hilarious stuff. It really is. So.
Siri never did tell him.
So anyway, yeah, even our soon-to-be, I guess that would be our...
Commander-in-Chief?
Well, yeah, that was Alec Baldwin playing our president.
Right.
Of course. But
President-elect.
But, they even enjoy a little technology occasionally, I'm guessing. So, number 10, I have a list of 10, and we're just going to break these down a little bit throughout the show. So, is the Hue light bulbs by Philips. I know you... Jim is like, are you kidding me? I'm talking light bulbs here. These are Wi-Fi connected light bulbs.
Part of me is surprised that Philips is still in business.
Yeah, they've been
around for years.
They've been around for a long time,
years.
and
they're a Dutch company, right? Originally,
I think they are.
I believe they are.
Yeah.
They're founded in the Nederlanden.
And I think
home of the windmills.
They still make TVs, and I have a Philips 4K camera.
Okay,
so they've really gotten into those type of niche type of things, I guess. But yeah, they've really come on strong with connected light bulbs. And I know, and people, even my office, they're like, I buy light bulbs all the time. I got a bunch more in this morning, as a matter of fact. And they're all wondering, what the heck am I doing buying all these light bulbs all the time? Because I'm trying to experiment with them and try to figure out where I think this technology is going.
Now we talk the money-saving light bulbs, the one that looks like little screwy things.
Yeah, so... some of them are that,
and
but
spiral gyro bulb there.
Actually, these are LEDs, so they look like regular bulbs.
Oh, okay.
They do, but they're plastic. They're not glass. So if
Yeah.
you were to drop them or whatever, they're not going to break. And the ones you're talking about have they're fluorescent bulbs,
right?
And they have a lot of mercury in them. So when you dispose of them, when they burn out or whatever, you got to be careful so that you don't actually break them.
Yeah, that's not good.
No. So that's the advantage of LED lights.
Well, that was supposed to be the new big thing, right?
They are the new big thing, and the energy savings is substantial. Even my wife Alice this morning had actually brought up that our utility bill was dramatically less this last month, and I, of course, am patting myself on the back because I'm thinking it's because I switched most of our building over to these new lights, you know. So, but what's cool about them, if it's an internet-connected light, is that you can do so much with them, you know. So, for example, if you want to at 10 o'clock at night, you could have a Wi-Fi light, just have it programmed so that it goes to night light status.
Right.
So it could be like at 20% of full from 10 a.m. to 6 p. or 10 p.m. to 6 a.m.
Yeah, because most of us like to have a light on when we're not at home.
Exactly. You know, or if you wanted to have a hallway lit up or whatever.
Or just the TV on. Some people like the TV on.
Right. So this gives you kind of that nightlight type of thing. You can program it. I have lights that come on when I get close to home.
Sure.
So you can actually program it so that as you're getting closer to home, you'll have a light or two that'll come on. You can have, while you're on vacation, you can have lights just sporadically come on throughout the house, you know. So you have those options with Wi-Fi lighting and so much more. I have a couple we call it the Twitter light at work. So every time somebody mentions us on Twitter, which is often, the light blinks a couple times. So especially in the mornings, that light is blinking on and off all the time because
every time you get tweaked.
Yes, exactly. So it's kind of fun, and I think the energy savings that come along with that and the convenience of them. So Hue light bulbs by Philips. There's some other Wi-Fi connected ones too, but they're the most common, and you can get them in either white or color changing. So if you wanted to change the colors for the seasons, you could do that. At night, you could go from a white bulb to a blue bulb if you wanted to. I mean, there's just all kinds of great things that you can do. They start at $70 for the kit. You got to get a little an adapter. It looks like a little router actually that you plug into your Wi-Fi system. Okay, and then that's what connects to the lights. And
but
then
you can have different colors going off.
Oh yeah. I have lights.
Perfect for this time of year.
It is perfect for this time of year. So absolutely. So you can go Amazon, Target carries them as well. Runs about $70 for a startup kit, and you can get yourself a gift that I think people would really enjoy. I know I would enjoy having these.
Yes,
that's
very
for
much
sure.
so.
All right, I think we're up to our break. So after the break, everybody, we'll have some more ideas, including one called Pipsqueak that you'll want to hear. So come on back.
Here we go. Big plan. Big plan. Google what is ISIS.
Super Talk 1270 News Update. I'm Jim Walsh. Here's what's happening.
Right now, 24.
The Jim Bohannon Show is here. Super Talk 1270.
Follow the Guru of Geek at Facebook.com/The Tech Ranch or Twitter at Guru of Geek or TheTechRanch.com. Here again is your Guru of Geek, Marlo Anderson.
And we want to thank all those who follow us on the Blueberry Network. We're also on the Tech Podcast Network, the iTunes, Apple TV, Roku. Let's see, what else? Oh, I forgot Tuned In. That's what I'm forgetting.
Yeah,
there.
Tuned In.
Follow us on Tuned In as well. And, of course, our own app, Radio Pup. So
Town Square Media.
all kinds. Yeah. So get the Town Square, especially if you're traveling this weekend.
Right.
Get the Radio Pup app so that you can continue to follow your favorite radio stations wherever you're going.
Good luck with the travel because we know that Minnesota's a mess right now.
And is that supposed to get any better this week? Or?
I don't know. I was going to say if you're flying east, you could be in trouble if you're connecting through Chicago.
Right.
Because the workers, the staff at O'Hare is threatening to strike.
Really?
Yeah, next day or so, we'll know for sure.
Interesting.
And of course, this would be, if you're going to strike, this would be the time to do it.
Well, of course, because it'll be
make an
climb
impact.
season.
Yeah.
Exactly. I think we're supposed to get some freezing rain later, too.
Now, if they do strike, actually, even if you're not routing through Chicago, it's probably going to disrupt pretty much everything.
It'll back up everything.
East of the Mississippi, I'm sure.
Yeah, interesting. So we're talking about the best tech gifts to give this holiday season. My number 10 pick was the Hue light bulbs by Philips. My next one is a device called Pipsqueak.
I love the name.
I love the name, too. And I actually had the opportunity to interview these people not too terribly long ago. We're also on Facebook Live today, by the way, and Angie is stating that the roads are great in Minneapolis right now. So
thank you, Angie.
Thanks, Angie, for bringing us up to date on that.
Well, it depends on where you are, I think, in Minnesota. The best rule of thumb is to phone ahead.
Exactly.
I think extreme southern Minnesota, they got hit pretty hard.
Okay. And I know around that Fergus Falls area, I think they got hit pretty hard too. So anyway, the Pipsqueak is a phone for children.
Oh.
And unlike...
Is it a real phone?
It's kind of a real phone. In fact, I got a picture.
It's not a toy phone. It's a real phone.
Well, it kind of looks like a toy phone.
It does.
But what it does is it connects Bluetooth to your parents' phone.
Okay.
So you don't have to purchase an additional phone plan or whatever. And there are hot buttons on there. So if you want to call Grandma, for example, you can just push the button and it'll call Grandma, and it works like a regular phone.
It looks like a toy version of a TV remote control.
That's exactly what it looks like.
Yeah.
Great description of it. So
thank you.
And there's you can watch YouTube on this. There are games on it. So instead of having your kids or your grandkids always coming at you saying, "Hey, can I use your phone?" When you're traveling or whatever. I mean, they ask me all the time to use my phone. So I love this thing, and the fact that there's no extra monthly charges for it.
And it looks
perfect.
pretty rugged. It looks like it could take a little bit of a beating.
That's exactly what it's designed for. So yeah, it's called the Pipsqueak. You go to yippyap.com, which is the name of the company. Yippyap.
Go to your yippyap for your Pipsqueak.
Yeah. So a great little device there if you're looking for something for a gift for somebody who has a younger child. I would say that 2 to 7 range would be perfect for a Pipsqueak.
Yeah.
So next on my list is the Roku. I know this is an annual pick for me. I think I've had it on my list the last 3 years. And, of course, if you're not familiar with the Roku, it is a streaming device to your television. So this streaming TV and media player has thousands of channels on it.
Yeah.
And it's easy to hook up to your television, if you have an HDMI. The one thing I like, so Roku has like 4 or 5 different models right now. So like the Roku One, which is still available, you can actually plug that into an old TV. So a TV that you can't use anymore because it doesn't have digital going to it, right?
It doesn't even have the plugs in the back.
That's right, yeah. But it has a composite plug on it, right? So that something that you would have plugged into 20, 30 years ago or whatever, you can actually plug a Roku into this. And let's say you wanted to maybe use that TV in a garage or something along those lines.
Sure.
You could do that, and it works fabulous. You have thousands of channels to pick from on the Roku. So
I love that idea.
Yeah, I do too. It's like repurposing these old TVs. Some of them have pretty decent pictures on them. I know it's not HD quality, but it's not bad.
Doesn't have to be.
But of course, then it doesn't have to be at all. Absolutely. But if you want those thousands of channels on your new TV, you have that option as well.
Yeah.
And you can get everything from weather to if you want your news broadcast. This morning I'm playing at work. I actually put the fireplace on. The Roku actually has a fireplace channel.
Oh, I love that.
And so you have those type of cool things that are available all the time.
Yeah.
So absolutely wonderful. So, got another comment from Angie here again. Smart charge light bulbs. I'll have to check that out too. They stay lit for 4 hours when the power goes out. Now that is clever. So there's I suppose they're an LED light that's got a little bit of a battery pack in them.
I guess, yeah.
So that is really, I need to check that out.
Or is it one of these things, is it like the C. Crane radios where you crank them to charge them up?
Well, I'm guessing that it states here that they stay lit for 4 hours when power goes out. Angie must have them. So they're the smart charge light bulbs. Maybe during the break here, we'll check that out too and find out what they run or whatever. Maybe Angie can let us know. But that's a great idea. Because, how many times does the power go out? And maybe not for a long period of time. And I'm going to guess that they work for 4 hours in a row. So if you only need light for 10 minutes in a room or something, that is, I'm really excited about that. Thanks, Angie, because I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to be ordering some of these. And my office is going to go crazy because now I'm going to have another 50 kinds of light bulbs coming in. So love it.
At our house, 2 or 3 times a year, it's guaranteed we're going to have power outages.
Oh, yeah.
Just very brief ones.
And you're always
sometimes it's a rolling thing if there's a undue stress on the system.
And you're always looking for flashlights then.
Yeah.
And you don't think about and at least for me anyway, I never really think about where my flashlights are or if I have batteries available to them.
It's one of those things you take for granted until you need it.
And of course,
and you
it
go,
doesn't
whoa,
work.
where is it? Where is it?
That's exactly right. And of course, you go grab it, and then the batteries don't work. Or
You're
whatever,
groping in the dark.
Exactly. So I love that idea. I absolutely love that idea. That's great. The next one on my list after the Roku, and by the way, Angie, okay, battery have them invented by. Oh, she has a friend that actually bought or actually invented them. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, go out and get a Roku. They run anywhere from $35 up to about $120, depending on what model you want. So they're very inexpensive. Most of the channels are free.
I was going to say, do you have to pay extra for all the channels?
You know, if you want to, you can. So, like for me, I have Netflix, and then I also have Amazon Prime, which I use for other things too. But with Amazon Prime, you get Amazon on there, and there's thousands of movies on there as well that are all free. But there's all kinds. I'd say of the couple thousand channels they have on there, I'd say over half are free.
It's not bad.
No, I mean, so if you want to watch it, and a lot of them are, more and more of the networks are joining. CBS, I see, is coming on there now, NBC. So you can watch any of your shows anytime you want. And that's what I like about the Roku is that everything's on demand.
Yeah.
So, there are things, like if there's breaking news and things like that, as of right now, it's difficult to get some of that stuff. There are some live streaming things, but not everything is live streaming on there. So next up on my list is the Ring Video Doorbell. Have you seen these?
Ring Video Doorbell.
Yep.
All right, obviously it has something to do with the doorbell.
Yeah, so you hang it on your door.
Yeah.
And you can either put it on, if you have a wired doorbell already, you can buy one that's going to the wired one. Or if you don't have a doorbell at all, you put this other device on. They run from $200 to $250, and it's a video doorbell. So when you ring it, your phone goes off, and you can be anywhere. You can be in the house, you can be across town, you can be on vacation. And if somebody rings the doorbell, you can answer the doorbell. So if it's somebody dropping off a package. If it's a burglar, because the number one thing burglars do before they break into your house, they ring your doorbell.
Oh, I didn't know that.
They want to know if somebody's home.
And if you answer, they
are not sure anymore. I mean, even if they know that it's a ring, they're not sure if you're in the house or if you're a little ways away. Right. And the fact that it's a video as well, you can use it to capture, so if you want to record the person coming in or whatever, you can do that so you have some footage of what's going on. And I think the same is true with packages for them, because or at least our delivery people have a terrible habit, in my opinion, of leaving our packages on the doorstep.
Yeah.
And I'm always afraid that somebody's just going to walk up and steal the darn things.
Well, they do that at the apartment where I live, which is not so bad.
Right.
But there's always a risk.
There's always a risk, right?
Yeah.
Well, at least if you have this, if somebody comes up and steals your package, you have, because it's motion detection, right?
Yeah.
So it sees right there, it records it, and then you know who stole it.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, the Ring Video Doorbell, I would certainly, if you were to give one of these as a gift, they would be very, very appreciative of it.
Very nice.
The Nest Home Thermostat. So are you familiar with that?
Is it a thermostat that you can adjust from when you're not at the house?
Yeah. That's exactly right. So
keep the heat down all day, and then when you get ready to come home, you can turn up the heat a little bit so it'll be nice and toasty when you get there.
That's exactly right. And it actually learns your habits is what it does. Oh. So as you during the course of the week, it knows when you're coming home, when you get up in the morning, that type of thing. So it'll adjust, like this time of year, of course, it'll drop the heat down a little bit. As you get closer to waking up, it'll bring the heat up a little bit. When you leave, it'll drop it down. And, of course, you can monitor all of this while you're away as well. So if you go on vacation, I've had friends that this has happened to where the furnace goes out while they're gone, and then they come home and they have water pipes that are broke.
Oh,
and their basement is flooded and all this other stuff that goes along with that. So,
or there's a power outage.
Yes.
And you lose it that way.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah. That's exactly right. So there's all kinds of great things with the Nest. So, all right, everybody, after the break, we will continue our discussion on the top tech gifts to give this holiday season. So come on back.
Right now, 24.
Here's Sean Hannity, weekday afternoons on Super Talk 1270.
We're back to the Tech Ranch. Stream this program now at supertalk1270.com. Here is your guru of geek, Marlo Anderson.
And we're going over the top 10 picks that I have this year for gifts, for holiday gift giving that you cannot go wrong with.
Some good ones.
Yes, we've had some great ones so far. Had some great comments on Facebook Live. We're streaming on Facebook Live as well. Jill had asked where you can get the Ring video doorbell. You can actually get that at ring.com. You can hop on over there. And I think most home, I don't know what you want to call them, home superstores. I'm thinking Menards, Lowe's, Home Depot, those type of places certainly have the Ring doorbell as well. And then Charlie had mentioned that the Ecobee, which is like Nest, just another choice for that. You can get that and use that as well. And both of them work with Amazon Alexa. So you can just say, hey, or you can go, Alexa, turn up the temperature 2 degrees in my room, and bang, it'll turn it up. So those are a couple different things. Any questions on any of this stuff so far, Jim?
So far, so good.
All right. So we're going to go to my number 5 pick.
Number five.
Talking number 5 today, and that is the 4K television.
Which we just talked about a couple of weeks ago.
We did just talk about that. Yeah. And the thing with the 4K TVs, I'm not going to talk about any brands or anything today, simply because, and the only reason I even have them on my list is because there are so many of them that are going to be on sale that, and this is the thing you have to think about. If you're buying a TV for somebody and they have HD right now, you're upgrading them. It doesn't matter, as long as it's about the same size and that type of thing. Yeah. If you're getting a 4K over, it's going to be much better than what they have now. Simply stated, the only area that you're really not going to notice any big improvement on is if it's a small TV. So if you have a 30-inch TV or a 32-inch TV, if you're not going to see much difference over HD, go to that 40-plus size, and you'll see a lot of difference. But you can get there's some 40-plus size televisions for Black Friday here that are going to be in that $300 range. That's incredible.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible for prices. A couple things to remember about 4K TVs is that there are bit rates with them. You have an 8-bit, a 10-bit, and a 12-bit. Remember, this is clearance time for TVs. People or these manufacturers are wanting to get rid of old stock, and they're going to do that right now, right? So that's what you're going to see. So most of them are probably going to be in the 8K range or 8-bit range, excuse me. If you can find a 10-bit or a 12-bit on sale, snag it, right away. Also, UHD 10, that is the format, the new format that everything's going to. So if you find yourself a 10-bit or a 12-bit 4K, that is in UHD 10. That's a great deal if you can find some great deals out there. So, and there'll be some fantastic deals on TVs this Christmas. I just was looking at some of the Black Friday stuff. There are some 4Ks, like the 30-inch ones, under $100. That's just crazy.
That's amazing.
I mean, I would have never dreamed ever in my lifetime that we would see a 32-inch TV for $80.
Oh, yeah.
$80. That's walk around money, basically.
And this is good. It's a good product.
Well, it's
not a hunk of junk.
Maybe it's not the greatest, compared to maybe a $300 or $400 television. But the way things change so quickly now, Jim. If you're okay with the scenario, and I'm not one advocating, throw stuff away all the time, but sometimes it's okay to buy something that's of lesser quality because that 3 or 4 years from now it's going to be dramatically different anyway. Yeah. So then you upgrade again at that time. So it's something to kind of get you through the next couple, 3 years. Yeah. An upgrade to what you have now, 3 or 4 years, get an upgrade to what you have at that time if you're ready to do that. And you'll probably do better off that way than if you go out and spend $2,000 on a same type of television or same size, and then now you feel obligated to have to use that thing for 10 or 15 years, right?
Right.
Because you want your return on investment there.
Exactly.
It's like buying a boat. You're almost obligated to go out on the water 10, 15 times over the summer because you have spent all this money on a boat, whether you're enjoying it or not. You got to get out there and use it. So that's kind of the story there. So that's my take on 4K televisions right now. Number 4 on the list is the Fitbit. So I'm sure you've seen these, haven't you, Jim?
Didn't we talk about that one week?
We have talked about the Fitbit
familiar.
Occasionally. Yep. So this is a device that you wear on your wrist. And it keeps track of your heart rate, the distance that you've walked, your calories burned, floors climbed, active minutes, steps. And my recommendation this holiday is the Fitbit Alta Fitness Tracker. So it actually has a little device that you can actually, so if you go out and walk or run or whatever and you don't want to have that watch on, you can actually put you can just carry this little stick along with you,
right?
And it'll keep track of it that way as well. And then it also has the ability to answer phone calls and take text messages as well. So it's like a Google Watch or an Apple Watch in that regard, but you have this fitness stuff built into it as well. So it kind of takes both of those and combines them into one. $130. That's the other nice thing about it. It really isn't that expensive to move to one of these things, and available at most tech superstores or on Amazon. And the thing I have found, and I need to do this myself, but the people who have these type of devices tend to get a little bit more exercise. I don't know if you've noticed that or not, but I just feel like if you wear one of these devices and you're like, I'm on a program to get 10,000 steps a day, and this thing reminds you that, hey, you're only at 6,500 steps for the day, and bang, they're out there getting their other 3,500 steps.
Well, I was going to say, just spending the money for it, I would think would be incentive. Like you say, you want to get a return on your investment.
Yeah.
You want to get your money's worth out of it.
I've never thought about it in that way before, but I bet you're right.
Spend the money, buy one, buy a decent one, and hopefully you'll have the incentive there to actually use it.
Yep. So I think it's fantastic, and I think for a gift again, somebody who's health conscious would probably like one. Somebody that maybe is looking at getting into some type of exercise plan or whatever would probably like it too. And even if they're not, I think about the fact that this thing actually receives texts and calls. So you're getting them a watch that receives texts and calls, and then maybe it'll encourage them to go out and start walking a little bit more.
So they can talk to their watch.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the Dick Tracy wrist TV thing.
It's hard to believe that we live in that time now, isn't it? We all thought when we were growing up and reading Dick Tracy that there's no way that that'll ever happen. So
we are the Jetsons.
We are. There's no doubt about it. Absolutely no doubt about it. Number 3 on my list.
Number three
is the Nest Cam security camera. So Nest actually has 2 products in my top 10 this year. Basically, the description on this, and it looks like, I'm just going to show it to you here, Jim. I'll show the camera here first, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Everybody can kind of see it there. That's the Nest Cam. And I'll let you kind of describe it there. You see it there?
This one down here.
Yes.
Okay, I don't know. How would you describe it?
I would say it's a circle on a stand.
Okay. It looks
sense?
Like a little vanity mirror.
Looks like
on
Cal.
A stand. Yeah.
Looks like Cal 2000.
Oh, you're right.
It does. Right. I just, as you turn that around, I'm like, oh my goodness, it looks like Cal.
I'm sorry, Dave. I cannot follow your instructions.
Very good. So anyway, this is a camera, and it Wi-Fi's. What's unique about this camera is that, of course, it hooks up to your smart device as well. So it hooks up to your phone. Yep,
right there.
And it also, you can talk through it. So if there's a burglar in your house, you can actually say, hey, what are you doing in my house? Right through there. Or if you want to talk to your pets, if you want to see how they're doing for the day or whatever,
hey,
you can
Fluffy.
actually have a conversation with them through the camera.
I love that.
I do too. I think it's fantastic.
My wife and I would do that. We'd be talking to the cats all the time.
Yeah, and I never even thought about this, but it actually would be a way. Maybe you have a parent or somebody that's maybe not into computers a whole lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You could actually have this in their house. You'll say they have a little added security, and then if you ever wanted to talk to them, you could actually talk to them through the camera.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be any setup on their side to have conversations with them, or as long as they got internet in their house, So that would be kind of cool. Nest.com, again, you can pick these up at a lot of tech superstores. Runs $190 for this camera. So it's not terrible. It's not the cheapest camera in the world.
Now, how big is it?
It's pretty small.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not even that big. I mean, it's probably
6 inches, maybe?
not even smaller than that. Yeah. So you can stand this. And what was the other thing with this thing? Oh, motion and sound alarms go off. I think it's chargeable too, so you can move it wherever you want to. I need to check into that to make sure, but I think it is. So the next thing on my list, number two, robotic vacuum cleaners. Now, I know you've seen this because we've talked about it occasionally, and of course, you got the cats that like to run around on them or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And
what do you call them? What's the name for the round ones?
So there's 3 of them. There's the thing you're thinking about is from iRobot, the Roomba.
The Roomba.
Yes. Is on there. I think my battery just died on my phone.
Oh dear.
So for those of you who are
we've all seen the video on YouTube of the cat sitting on the Roomba.
Right.
With his feet sticking up in the air and the Roomba's moving all around the house.
Exactly.
And the
That's
cat's
exactly
just having
right.
a good old time.
So the thing I like about and I will say, so we got one last year.
Yeah.
And I will say I wasn't real excited about getting a vacuum cleaner for Christmas. I'm just saying.
I don't think anybody is.
And, of course, all our kids, I think, went together and bought us this. I actually don't remember now, but at least some of our kids got together and got this for us. And I looked at that and I'm like, are you kidding me? And I'm one of those guys who actually enjoys vacuuming.
Really?
I'm kind of.
Well, that makes one of us. My question there obviously would be, how well does it work?
Well, okay, so even if it works okay, maybe it's not as good as the expensive vacuum cleaner.
Not your big industrial strength.
Right. But the thing is that it does it every day.
Yeah.
So after a while, I mean, it still does a pretty good job. And so we bought this, and I became so enamored by this that we have a 4-level house. We now have 4 of them. Okay. One for every level of our house.
One for every level.
And at about 10 o'clock every morning, if you were to walk into our house, we're not there, of course, but the vacuum cleaners all start up and clean the house.
Yeah.
10 o'clock every day. So when we come home from work at night, the house is clean.
I imagine Looney Tunes in my head. You know, the little hand comes out with the little whisk broom. And
yes, yeah.
It doesn't have that.
Doesn't have that.
But it's the next best thing.
It is. So there's, like I said, there's 3 of them. There's the Roomba, Neato, that's the one that we have, and then Dyson has one called the Sonatic Animal. Prices range from about $300 to $900. The Neatos that we purchased are in that $300 range, and they do a really nice job. Good. So anyway, after the break, everybody, we will have our number 1 pick on the list, and you have to come back to hear what that is.
Right now, 24.
News and Views with Joel Heitkamp. Weekdays on Super Talk 1270.
Follow the Guru of Geek everywhere he goes. Post your comments or questions at thetechranch.com. Once again, your Guru of Geek, Marlo Anderson.
And we're going over my top 10 picks for holiday gift giving this year. And we've gone through the top 9 so far. So I think we'll go through those 9 and then we'll make the big announcement for what number 1 is for this year. So number 10 was the Hue light bulbs by Philips. These are Wi-Fi light bulbs that you can program and do all kinds of cool things with. Number 9 was the Pipsqueak, which is a device a phone that you can use with your kids from about 2 to age 6, or from age 2 to age 6 is what I'm trying to say.
Right.
That actually uses the Bluetooth in their parents' phone to make phone calls and whatever, so you don't have to have additional plan, spend a little extra money with that. So Number 8 is the Roku. Talk about that a lot on the show. It's a streaming device for your television. Number 7 is the Ring Video Doorbell, and a great way to answer the door from wherever you're at in the country.
Yeah, you can see who's at the door.
Exactly. It's fantastic. Number 6 is the Nest Home Thermostat, so you can control your thermostat. It has a memory, so it learns where, when you need to have your temperature up and down while you're away from home, which is kind of cool, saves you some money. In fact, they say the Nest will actually, about $250. The average consumer will make that back in about a year to a year and a half. If you're a business, you can probably get that back dramatically quicker.
Oh, especially it's a wise investment, I think,
exactly.
If you're in the business.
Exactly. Number 5 is 4K televisions, and there's no particular brand there at all. I just brought it up because there are so many of them that are going to be on sale for Black Friday. It's a great time to pick up a TV or give one as a gift.
High-end or low-end.
High-end or low-end, yeah. Great time to buy a TV this year. Number 4 was the Fitbit Alta Fitness Tracker. This is a watch that you wear that tracks your heartbeat, that type of thing. Also,
Calories burned.
Exactly. And then also you can answer your phone and look at text at the same time on there, so like a Dick Tracy watch as well. Number 3, the Nest Cam security camera. And this is a little device, looks like HAL from 2001, Space Odyssey. It actually kind of looks like that. The cool thing with this security camera is that, again, you can use your smart device, so your phone, to monitor what's going on in your home. But you can talk through it. So if Jim's breaking into my home, I can say, "Hey, Jim, what are you doing there?" or whatever, and I can hear him, he can hear me. So
and you can talk to the dog, tell him why you're not home to feed him.
Exactly right. Make the cat go crazy, you know. So number 2 is robotic vacuums, and again, I didn't have a particular brand. There are 3 major ones. One's the Neato, which is the brand that I have. The iRobot Roomba, which is the one that most people see because they do a lot of advertising. And then Dyson has one called the Dyson Synatic Animal. So any of them would probably be a great choice. And I don't know anybody who wouldn't appreciate getting that as a gift so they wouldn't have to vacuum anymore. I think it would be fantastic. So my number one.
It's time for number one. Thank you, Geezer.
Thanks very much, Tech Geezer. I appreciate that. The Amazon Echo. It just has to be the Echo this year. This is a device, if you're not familiar with this, that we've had the Echo on the show.
We had it here, yeah.
We've actually had the Echo as a
guest.
guest.
As a special guest host.
Absolutely. So basically how it works is it's like, if you're a Star Trek fan, the best analogy I can give is when you're watching Star Trek, they'll say computer.
Computer, how many light years to Saturn?
Yes, exactly. Or computer, turn the lights up. Or computer, can you adjust the thermostat to whatever, So that's what Amazon Echo is. You say Alexa, and she'll come on. The little light ring comes on, and you can say play Bruno Mars, and she'll play Bruno Mars through this amazing.
We had a lot of fun with the musical aspect.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And you can say, who will win the World Series. This was a fun thing. And it came up. It was so funny when the Indians and the Cubs were playing there, and she would say, whatever. But I'm hoping the Cubs will win, is what she had said.
Right.
This morning, I said good morning to Alexa. I think it was yesterday morning actually, and somebody had some composer's birthday or something yesterday. Then she asked me to ask her to sing a song, so I asked her to, Alexa, sing a song, and she goes, well, no, and then she breaks out into this song about Wi-Fi and the cloud and rain, and I'm like, oh my goodness, The kids love her too, and that's probably the thing I like the most about Alexa. I mean, I love the fact that I can say, Alexa, what's the weather like today, and she'll give me the weather forecast and whatever, and I can ask her what it's going to be like in Miami or whatever. I can buy stuff with her. I can book plane tickets. There's all kinds of crazy stuff you can do. But I love the interaction with children, and that's probably the biggest thing here. So if you have children or grandchildren, they will love Alexa. Yeah. Because there's nothing more endearing to a child than having somebody's attention, right?
Sure.
Whether it's a mom or dad or somebody else, right? It almost feels that way with Alexa. So we have grandchildren that come over, and one of the number one things that they do in our house is go and work with Alexa. And it can be fun stuff. They'll ask to play songs or whatever. The other day, our 4-year-old grandson was playing rock, paper, scissors with Alexa. And I thought it was hilarious. Alexa says bedtime stories. And then it'll actually say good night, and you have to be in bed in 5 minutes. I mean, it has knock-knock jokes.
I think the educational aspect would be there, too.
There's a game called Word Master.
Okay.
And you can say a word, and then whatever it ends with, of course, then you have to start your next word with that, and then however many letters you have on it in your word is the score. So the longer the word, the more score you get, right? The kids love it. They absolutely love it. And even the little 4-year-old is just enamored by this. So I think Alexa is a great gift idea. It runs about $180, although we were just talking before the show here that some places we've seen them for around $100 right now. I don't know if you're going to get them for that anymore because I think they're already sold out. But $180 for this, and it's a one-time thing. It's not like you have to have a monthly service fee with them or whatever. It's a fantastic device.
How long do they last?
Well, I haven't worn mine out yet.
Okay.
In fact, I put my main Alexa in the garage because that's where I spend a little bit of time right now. Sure. So I have Alexa play music and whatever. If you can't afford it, or if you want to do something different, so there's the Amazon Echo, or the Amazon Dot, which is just a little device. It's like the top of the Amazon Echo without the speaker array.
It's like a junior version.
Like a junior version. Runs $50. And,
it's not bad.
And then you can Bluetooth it over to so if you have Bluetooth speakers around or whatever, you can actually Bluetooth it to those speakers, so you have the nice speakers if you like as well. So you have a choice, and I bought a 6-pack of the Amazon Dot here not too long ago, and I have them now in my house and in my office. So I use them for work because I use it for my calendar all the time. I'll say Alexa, add to calendar, and then she'll come back and for when, and I'll say July 2nd with who, Jim Walsh, and for what, the Tech Ranch, and bang, it's on my calendar. So absolutely love it for all of this stuff.
Oh, the applications are endless.
They are endless. They are absolutely
anytime
endless.
you need a traffic update. How's the traffic on Interstate such and such?
Right,
Boom.
right. And if you have elder parents again, I think this is a great gift for them too.
You and I both?
Yeah, I think this would be great. My mother will never have a computer. I'll tell you that right now. She'll never have a computer. But if she had...
My dad's the same way.
I would bet that if you and I put internet in their places and we put an Amazon Alexa in there, they would probably work with it because they can just talk to it. It's fantastic for that type of stuff. It really is. So I can't say enough good things about the Amazon Alexa. And so Google has come out with one, too, called the Google Now.
Okay.
Haven't played with it yet. It's brand new. But if you're not an Amazon fan, maybe you could get the Google Now and utilize that. I'm sure it'll be probably just as good.
Oh, to me, 6 one, half dozen the other.
Yeah, exactly. But the Amazon Echo is absolutely amazing. The quality of the music. Yeah. What did you think of the quality of the sound?
I was very impressed with it when that 1 week when you had it in here.
It's incredible. It really is. So anyway, everybody, that's our top 10 picks for the holiday season for 2016. Yay! Have the list already at thetechranch.com, so you can hop on there to take a look at that. And if you have any questions, feel free to text or email Jim or myself.
And we'll get the podcast of the show up and running on the website for the station, supertalk1270.com. Give us a couple days.
Sounds good. Thanks, Jim. Have a great week. Have a happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
You've been listening to The Tech Ranch, live and local on Super Talk 1270. Keep ahead of the trends. Tune in every Monday morning at 11 a.m. for The Tech Ranch. Exclusively here on Super Talk 1270 and online at supertalk1270.com.